Good morning. All right. So in today, this is the last class for our issue tracker project. So let's see what we are going to do in this one, right? Deployment section. We have adding metadata. Then we're gonna remove .env, setting up production database, and deploying to the vercel. All right. So let's work with the first one, right? Adding metadata. What is metadata now? In any website, right? When you go, let's call it the Amazon. Okay, I cannot open here. Maybe I have to put all that. So let's leave it. So, you know, first of all, right, look at on the navbar here, on the head section, right, the title of this site, online shopping. That is the title, okay? The next thing is if you open any product, right, let's say you open this one, buy electric batteries online, right? Just look at this. The title is changed based on the search, right? If you just click one of these, so the title change again, GOP AA12 whatever volt battery, right? So this title keep changing. Not only that, right? Also the description will change here. So the metadata is basically that title. Even that there is an image you can see, right? Some of this image you're gonna find here, but let's find the description somewhere. There's a lot of things you can see. Iframe image. Okay, so this is iframe. Let me get the description somewhere. So in the body, right? In the body, script, where is the head section? Okay, I cannot find that the description. So that is style sheet should be somewhere here, because these are generated with Java. I mean JavaScript code, right? Everything is dynamic. It generated based on the page information. Okay. So description means description about this product also, right? So let's leave it here and continue with our work. So same thing we're gonna do. Okay. First, we're gonna learn how to apply the metadata, and also how we're gonna use our database to fetch the dynamic data, right? So in our case, right, in our project, we have in our app, let's go back to the issue. So basically the UI section, right? Let's work on the UI section. Means when you open the website, what we see here, this page, or basically maybe dashboard, right? Okay, so we will add something like to the dashboard and to the issue, right? So three place mostly in our case will be better to add the title, right? So when you open dashboard, this must change. Okay, so we can call it like issue tracker dashboard, right? Something like that. If you go to the issue, you set issue tracker app, the issue, maybe we can pull it or add it like issue details, right? Something like that, the list of issue. Okay, the last one is dynamic. How you can get dynamic means, let's say I open the bug 12, right? So my title should change to bug 12 and also change the description, right? So these are the three things we're gonna tackle here right now. So let's continue with the first one. So in the dashboard, I'm gonna add the metadata. So let's go back. So how you set up metadata? Issue. Let's look at the dashboard here. Dashboard, right? In the page, right? We can define something here. So let's import, or see how you can write const basically export, right? Export const metadata, right? Like equal to this object. Okay, so when you define the metadata in this way, right, make sure you must add the, or you must import the, you know, metadata, right? Metadata from next. So I hope that is correct, right? I can verify by going to the layout, because when you install the nextjs project, it will give you right. Yeah, it's supposed to be like this. And then you can define your metadata, meta here somewhere. Let me check this one, right? Similarly, we're gonna write for the description also. So in the page here, so we have metadata. This is the type, okay, from the nextjs, right? Next, we're gonna write the title. Let's call it the issue description, right? Not description, but dashboard. Issue dashboard, okay. And the next is the description. So here you can define, like, I think 200 something, 200 some character, 200 or 100 something, 55 character, okay, in this description. If you make a long description, then the Google will complain, that Google, you know, in the search engine will complain. Okay, so there is limitation how much you can add in the description. Because I, one time when I was building one client site, you know, I added like a lot of things right in the description, and there was an issue. So, you know, finally I figured out the number of characters you can have here, you know. So just write something like issue dashboard, dashboard, or you can call it status card, then status graph, then we have the latest issue, right? Issue, something like that. You can add more, okay. But now once we have this, right, save this, and let's check now. Go to the dashboard and see what happened. You see, you issue dashboard, you can see now change. And if I go inspect this page, right, in the body, in the head section, you will find somewhere the description also. Here, meta name description, and content is issue dashboard, status card, and all that, right? So I'm getting now description for this particular page, okay? I mean, you get the idea now, right? So we have, you know, we have one main meta, right, for the layout. If any page does not have a layout, let's call it metadata, right, then this will be take place. I mean, this will be go in effect, right? But if you have defined the metadata in particular page, then that metadata will be added, right? You know, in here in the metadata, you can even also include like the Twitter link, and there is so many things you can add, right? Image, and I mean, like small image, you know, there are a couple of more things you can include here, which is required by the search engine, okay? So that's, maybe we will do sometimes in the future, right? Maybe one of the project we're gonna talk about just about metadata in more details, okay? For now, this is good enough, right? As long as you set the titles and description for each important page, that is good enough. So now in the view section, right, let's call it not new but view. Even here you can add, here also you can add, right? But it's okay. Let's go to the view now and page, and we're going to include metadata here. So right now we don't have anything. So the page start from where? Here, right? All right. So we can copy the same thing, you know, just copy all this, right? Very quick. Close that. Let's add here. metadata and all that. So just call this issue, what do you call that, the list of issue, right? Okay. Fine. So this is what we're going to add, a list of issues. You can visit each issue for update and delete, update, delete, or assign to user, right? So something like is fine. Okay. So now we have the, if you go to the issue tracker app, let's see, issue view, right? So you can see now list of issue. Okay. I just refresh the page, list of issues, issues here, issues, right? And also in the description, you can find this one. Okay. Now the point is how we're gonna set the dynamic metadata, right? Let's say if I click this, I'm still getting the like default metadata, right? Issue tracker app, something like that. But I want to add here issue tracker slash bog 12, right? Something like that I want to add. So I need to make this dynamic now, because every time I click this, I should get the updated titles and description, correct? So let's take care of that part. So in that case, here in the ID, and this is our page, right? Not that, but I believe this one. So list of issue. Okay. That was the details, right? So maybe in this one, inside view, inside ID, right? Inside ID, I need to find the page. And here we're going to set up the metadata. So how this work, right? Basically, remember we are fetching data here. We are already fetching data, correct? Somewhere here we are fetching data, right? So when we fetch this data, we can for even for the, what you call that, for the metadata also, that we have to fetch the data again. So the problem here is like we fetching the data twice, right, in the same place, and that is not a good the code is not good, right? In that case, we have to find out a way to optimize our code also. So for now, we can let's fetch data and let our metadata work, right? And then later we're going to think about optimizing the code. So here I'm going to import metadata, right? Okay, and then what I will do is just write something here. I believe, let's see, what we're going to do is export, right? The function, and then we can call it generate meta data, something like that. Yeah. Okay. So this will be async function, because we're going to fetch data, right? And how we're going to fetch data? Based on this params ID. Okay, something based similar, similar, right? Because when you go to this page, you clicking, right, and you have the ID in the parameter, correct? Means in the URL, right? And that ID we need to fetch the data. So let's put this here similarly like this, and then just gonna const issue equal to prisma dot issue, right? And find unique. Okay, where id is what? params.id, right? So this will give us the, this will give us, basically this will give us the issue, correct? Here, why I did not put await, right? I mean, we can put await, but the thing is, after this, after you getting this data, right? We're not doing anything, like, I mean, we're gonna do something, but basically we don't have any other codes which gonna need time to run, right? So you don't have to await here. I mean, it will be okay, I believe. So let's try. Then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna return now, right? From this point, return. Return what? You're gonna return the object. Okay, let's return the object, right? I believe like this. Title. So you're gonna have title from issue. So we can, like we can concatenate something, right? So let's call it like a issue on details, right? Details, and then plus here I'm gonna call issue dot issue dot, right? Okay, so this is returning promise. Let me do await then. Issue dot. Now I get a title, okay? And then once we have this, then we're gonna add the description again. So make sure you have comma because we're gonna return object. Description, and again here you can write more details, right? This is the details of issue, and then include that issue dot not description, but let's make it title, right? Because description will be lot, so you don't want to add all that here. Okay, fine. So done. That is all we have to do. So let's check now, right? Let's check if this is working or not. So we did not use this, we don't need, but the name here, okay, generate metadata, right? This will be correct. If this name is not correct, then because this name is given by this is not like I have written, right? This function is given by nextjs. Okay, so the things which is provided by nextjs must match. Okay, save this and review our page now. So if I click this list, still issue tracker app, but let's refresh now, right? Okay, did not make change. Bug 11. Yeah, so it did not change, right? I don't know why. Export async function, generate metadata, right? Params, that is fine. So we just return the title and the description, right? Description. Oh, let's make this ID here. But this will work, So let me cancel this and run again the project, right? npm run development. Okay, so if I go to the issue and click on one of these, right? This is Bob 6. Yeah, so I'm not getting details. That means the function is not correct. Let me go to the next document, right? And call it metadata. So statics export const, this is how you can apply, right? Dynamic is here. So in the TypeScript, yeah, import metadata. Fine. So export async function generate metadata, right? Okay, so there is a spelling mistake of this function, I'm telling you. See a D here, capital, right? That should not be like that. So let me just replace it. Generate metadata, save. And we have the props. Okay, we got the props. So ID, that's fine. Page await, that is okay. Yeah, so I think title, description. See, open graph, you can even add this open graph things. So yeah, so let's check now. It should work. So you can see now, right? Issue details is box 6. I mean, you can see here, already change, what happened. Close that. Go to localhost 3000. And I'm signing. Go to this issue details, issue page, click box 5. And every time I click, the title change, and also the description should be updated, right? That's what we have done. Go to the head section and find the meta somewhere here. Meta description. This is the details of issue, whatever the ID number, right? See? So that's how you change the metadata dynamically. The problem I told you earlier, in this page, okay, we are fetching the data twice, right? It will be better, if we can cache this data in the memory, right? So that next time when you come to the same place or same click, right, it will not go to the database and fetch it again, right? It will just do it from the cache memory, okay? So that is the improvement. I think we can look at later, right? Let's see if I can do it now. So like there is something called, let me try, okay? Import cache from the React, right? This is the function, and this function you're gonna run it something like a const, let's call it fetch issue, right? Something like that, equal to, yeah. So here, I mean, this cache function, right? We have to call the cache function, So not callback, but let me call the cache function. Yeah, this will be like this. And if I see the error, right, it says cache functions need a callback function inside. Look at this. Okay, so here we're gonna write maybe another function like this. Yeah. And then this function should be async, or maybe not, right? Let me try. Prisma dot issue dot find what? Find unique, right? Where ID is params dot ID. Params dot so where ID colon, right? Okay, so the thing is we have to get this ID from somewhere, right? Okay, so let's do this because this is not gonna get, because params is only inside here, unless we are using this function inside, we cannot do that. So we're gonna send the ID later, right? So let's add here issue like ID, and that is what we're gonna use here. Okay, so now, right, we're gonna call this function. Okay, see in the callback here, this is just one line, right? Because in the arrow function, remember, if you put one line of code, it will return that, right, automatically. So we don't have to write return and all that. Okay, so whatever the data it gets, this cache function from the React will create the cache in the memory, right? So next time when you using this function again, right, like fetch issue function, calling the same thing, it will be automatically get from our local memory, okay, cache memory. So now we are fetching data here. So what I will do is, of course, we have to await, right? In this case, so let's do await fetch issue like this, and here we're gonna pass params.id, right? So the only thing is, what is this now? What kind of any, right? So what kind of data is data type is missing? So let's call it a string, okay? String, yeah, that is a string. This will be okay, right? I think that is okay, still working now. Let's check. Go back to the issue, yeah, and then click on this, and things are updating, right? All right. So once we have this, right? Once we have this, we can even use the same function now to here, you know. So we are passing the, yeah, we are passing what, I mean, same thing, you know, we're doing almost same thing, right? So let's delete this. So I believe up to here we can delete, and let's call this fetch issue, right? And then pass params.id. Yeah. So now, you know, the, trust me, this will improve a lot, right? Because now there is no more redundant, like it not going to fetch data all the time from the database. If there is something in the cache memory, it is taken care, right? So this is good improvement, I believe. Yeah, so let's go back to the dashboard. It's fine. Issue dashboard, and here list of issues is working fine. Click on 2. It's doing great job now, right? Okay, so the first part is done. What we have done, setting up metadata, right? Next is removing env. So what we will do for now, right, in env case is easy. Every time, I mean, in the beginning of project, whenever you set up the project, nextjs project, let me close all this. Whenever we set up project, right, the env file, you know, we have to avoid this sending to the GitHub. So how you can do that? We should have something called git ignore here, git ignore, right? And go to the local env file, just do the .env, right? Just add .env here, okay? .env, and this will guarantee, right, our env file will be not sent to the GitHub. That is all we have to do. So the next thing, what is our next step now? Let's check. Okay, so the next thing what we will do is, let's check now, setting up the production database. All right, so yesterday I was checking something online free, and I found, right, that is what we're going to use. So that is called Avin database, right? So, you know, once just click on this Avin, right? Avin, go to this website. You can Google search it, you know, avin.io. You need to go to the forum, right? Just click here. So you will be sent this place, right? Get started for free, you know. So, you know, this is basically a company, right, who uses service like Amazon Web Service, Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure, Oracle Cloud, DigitalOcean. These are the service provider, okay? These are the cloud computer, right, where you can find different kind of database. So Avin, the company, right, who has this nice easy way to set up our database, okay? It will give you the option where you want to connect. Maybe you want to choose one of these, right? So they also, I didn't find before, right, this one. I was just looking, and I got this one. So let's start now, right? Let's start. go to the login here. Login, right? Not login, but I believe, yeah, so I'm logged in already. Okay. Logged in, right? Create service. I'm logged in. Yesterday I created the account. That's why it's logged in, but I want to show you, right? Something, can I delete this? I don't know if I can delete that or not. So create service. Let's say I want to show you something different. Okay. Get started for free. Let's see. Again, it will send me, because I'm already logged in, that's why maybe it's just not working right for me. Let me sign out and see if it will let me, right? So I will click on sign up, and I'm going to use the one of the Google account, right? So I have one already used. I will just gonna select next email, right? I will just use this. I have used this one, so I'll just use this email. Okay, continue. So in the first time when you open, right, you have to sign up, and then, so I will just use for personal use. I'll leave the name and all that. Project name, you can call it in anything. Just let's call it right. Yeah. So done. So you have to put something, something like like Dave next bug fix next bug, right? Okay. Now you are sent here, right? So choose the database. What is our database? See, there are many, So we're gonna choose PostgreSQL trial, 30 days, right? You can choose one of these service, which one you want, right? So I'll leave it in Google Cloud. Let's select on the free plan. You can, because this is the cloud computer, right? It has service in different places. Okay, so you can choose the nearest to your place, right? I'll leave it Asia Pacific, and yeah, fine. So maybe I can select this, or maybe India, that is nearby me, 0 per month, whatever, right? So done. I mean, you don't have to do anything, just create free service, right? Like that. Just click on this, click on create free service. Okay, and you will reach here. So what you need is just this link, right? You have all this username, password, whatever username is this, password is here. So you don't have to just copy this for now, right? Just copy this, skip setup. Okay, secure connection, you don't do any, I mean, you don't need to do anything. Okay, just skip setup. Also IP address, leave it the 000, that is the already default. I mean, if you want to add a fixed IP, you can connect from that IP only, right? Then you can include here. If not, no need, just skip that. And we will do all this later. We don't have to do right now. Okay, so skip for now. Skip this setup also, skip, and finish, right? Just click on finish. Okay, so yeah, so it's done. Okay, the basically is done. We just need this link, right? Copy that and go to your project. So where is our project here? In the environment variable, right? I'll just make copy of this for now and comment one of them, right? Okay, so I'll now change the URL link, because this is for our local host, right? Now we have the URL from the cloud. Okay, cloud computing, right? Serverless computer, serverless data hosting, that is what we are doing. Okay, serverless data hosting, because we're not creating any server or anything, right? Everything is already set up by the provider, right? Done. And this is the link. We just stop, Control C, and once you have the new database link, right, what we can do is let's run the npx because we have to migrate our data. Okay, our Prisma schema, right? This schema must be migrated to that database, correct? So that's why we have to run Prisma npx Prisma migrate dev, right? Dev. So if everything is okay, it should do the job, right? So there is, you cannot reach database server, something like that. Okay, what is, let me see. Something went wrong. Npx npx Prisma migrate dev. Yeah, so something went wrong, right? I don't know why, because I know it worked for me yesterday. So let's see what is the issue. So this is fine. This is okay. Let me check the quick connect. Just quick connection, right? So that's our, just copy this, right? This will be the link. Okay, let's see if that is the same link, right? If I place here, you can see Postgres, whatever, you can, the username, password, all that, right? Required. Okay, yeah, so it's same, because this is for PSQL, this same, right? So let me delete. Save, npx migrate dev. Okay, not dev, right? Npx Prisma migrate. When you put dev, that was the mistake. Okay, when you put dev, right, that means that is for the development. Okay, just put npx Prisma migrate, right? Migrate is just not working. Okay, I believe it's work now, right? You can see it's just generated the new migration, right, for us. Okay, so what we can do, if not, right, if not, you can try this. Okay, Prisma, just write Prisma, right? Prisma, Prisma generate. Okay, generate, right? So it will generate the uh, schema for us, right? Schema is, schema, or what do you call that, Prisma client, right? You need to have a latest client. Okay, the client is the one, right, which is making, which is making all this possibility to fetch data, make a connection with the database, update, delete, everything we do with the Prisma, right? Need to have a latest client which is connected to the whatever the database URL we have here, right? So let's try Prisma generate. Okay, sorry, npx. You cannot do that. Npx Prisma generate, right? Yeah. So if I do npx now, Prisma Studio, right? We should get something. So there is a issue again. You can see, right, everything, okay, so there is a delay, but we can see the table, all the table is here, right? But there is an error. Still I'm getting this error, so might be some issue. But anyway, let's leave this one and start the server, right? Control C. let's run the server. npm run development. Why? Okay, so there is some update now in the node.js. Let me pause this, right, because it's installing something. So I'll just pause and I'll be back again once it is done. Okay, so because I'm testing in the local environment, right? In the local environment, I still need to do the npx prisma migrate dev. The problem was, right, I had I tested this yesterday also. So I have all that migration here in the same file, okay? Basically in the same folder, right, in the prisma. So what I did, I delete all that migration and I am running again the new, right, npx prisma migrate dev. Just run this again. It will ask you the new migration name. So just call it next anything, right? Just give it any name. And it should generate the migration for us. Updated one, right? Okay. Now if I do npx studio, right? npx prisma studio. Okay, so now it's running okay, right? You can see everything is fine here. Okay, even I close, you can see all this. There is no data, right now. So let's run the server and test this. So just delete all the migration from here. The migration of this folder, delete it and run the command npx prisma migrate dev. Just run this one. It will generate the new migration. It will ask you for the name. Just enter the name and you're done. All right. So if I go back here and run the npm run, because we are still in the development here, right? In the local, that is development. Okay. We'll see how we're gonna, oh, again, it asks me something, right? I don't know why. I just finished setting up npm run dev, right? Yeah. Open this localhost 3000. Close all that. Here, now you can see this page, right? I'm not gonna have any data, okay, from the database. There is no data, right? Look at this. There is no data because it was trying to get from the cache, but there is nothing in the cache also now because we are disconnected from our local database. We are connected to the cloud right here. Okay, so we can create new one. Let's add it, right? Add new, and let's call it bug one. This is bug one. Please fix and update the status. Something like that is okay. So see, it's now connected to our database, cloud database, and we add it, right? If you just open this, you can see everything working, even title changing, all things are there, right? You can assign it, assign. So see, until now we don't have user there, right? We don't have any user. Okay, that's the problem, right? So what I will do, because this login is still from my local database, from the local cookies, right? So I will just sign out, and you can, because if I go refresh the page here, right? Just refresh this, you can find something. Let's say, okay, I cannot see anything, right? I don't see any data. So I have to log in first. I cannot get that if I'm not logged in, right? Sign in. It will ask me, I'm just gonna use this. Continue. Okay. Now if you refresh this, fetching data. Okay, now look at this. See the user in the database now, right? We have user in the database. If I close this here, right, and even issue, now you can see the issue in the database. One issue, right? You can see the bug one. Okay, so you must create the new user in our new database. by log. Once you log in one time with the Google account, right, it will add your information there automatically. Done. So we are almost done now. I mean, you can go back here, right, and go to the issue. We have only one issue, right? Just click on this update and assign to somebody, right? So it's successfully assigned. Now if you go to the dashboard, right, in the dashboard, let's click on dashboard, and you see one issue here, one open issue, right? And see open progress, open issue is one. Even in the latest issue there is only one open, right? And if this is assigned to someone already, so that you can see this avatar already here, okay, what we have created yesterday, right? Good to go. All right, so we done setting up the database in the cloud. The next thing is hosting in this hosting, right, in the vercel. So that will be quick now. Let's do that. So I will stop here. What I'm going to do now, right? Control C. Yeah. So before you let's say before you host, right, what we can do is let's delete this migration. I think, yeah, this, because vercel has to generate this migration in their server, right? So because this is our local server, when you run this project, this is in the local server. That's why we created this migration for local development, right? But this has to be done in the vercel also. So delete this, we're not gonna need. Good to go. Anything else? I believe that is good enough, right? Let me push this code in the GitHub. Git add, git commit dash m. So deployment, right? Deployment. And git push. Okay, once we push our code to the GitHub, now let's go to the vercel, right? So login. So I will log in with the GitHub, right? Let me see if I can. Yeah, that's good. So I can delete this project. I think I'm not using this anymore, but it's okay. Does not matter. So see, once you are here in the vercel, right, what you can do is go back here and project, create new project, right? Then we should find the import, right? So I don't know what is the name of our project. Let me check. Okay, go to the GitHub. Fix issue, right? That is the one, I believe. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, I just 1 minute ago I just posted here. So see, you're not gonna find the git .env file here. Okay, you're not gonna find, right? So if you don't have, you just click on the you just click here, right? Just see. Oh yeah, search even not gonna work. So let's call it fix issue, right? Continue, or just let's see if this work. No. Import third-party repository, go back, does not work like that. So what we have to do, right, we're gonna search here. Okay, fix issue. So it did not see, it will not find, right, automatically. So you have to go and configure your GitHub. Just click on that. You have to log in, right? It will ask you to log in to your account, GitHub account. And once you are here, just scroll down, right? And then select repository, just click on this. Now you can search. Okay, so I'm just gonna search fix issue. This is the one, right? And save, and that will be added, right? That one project will be added inside the here vercel. So now you can click on import. Okay, project name fix issue, that is fine. Root directory, right? That is root, fine. Now the thing is building an output setting right here. This is one is important. Okay, so you have to click on override and then change something here, because remember in the script in our project, right, what we are doing here is we have this script set up automatically, right? Means we have a script in our package JSON. So we run npm run dev or build or start like that. Even I did not run this npm run build, right? So if before you do hosting, you maybe try to run this npm run build one time, right? I forgot. Okay, so if there is any error, you can find here. Okay, and then fix that one before you and fix that and push to the GitHub again. If there is no error, then it will be fine, right? But let me check. If something is wrong, then we have to fix that. So there is something type module in your package JSON or use MJS extension. So, okay, now look at this. There is some issue now, right? Yeah. So what it's saying is element implicitly has any type because expression of the string cannot be used to the index of record, right? Okay, so now in the issue bash page, we have to fix this one. See, that's why before you do the hosting, you must do npm run build. So let's do that. So I have to fix that issue now. So I will pause. I'm going to find the answer and then I'll show you, right? Because if not, the video will get too long. Okay, let me pause this quickly. Okay, so all right, so I found the issue, right? The problem was here. Okay, it was a string in this place, right? String, and that was the issue. Because remember, status, right? We have a type checking already in the Prisma. Okay, that is the status, right? Because we have status inside the schema. We have like open, in progress, and close in this status schema. Inside the issue, we have the type, right? Status. Okay, if you go to the schema, right, let's go to the Prisma schema here, and you will find here status, and it has the type status. It's not a string, not in or other data type. This is the type status, and which is defined here, right? So like if something is a string, you can use a string, right? But we have defined this for status. We have defined a special type called status, which is enum status, right? And it has 3 value: open, progress, and all that. So that's the reason I cannot put here a string. That will give me error, right? So it must be status, which is we import from the Prisma client, correct? Done. And the next thing is, yeah, so here we are using props, and status is basically this status, right? The props. Yeah, so that is all we have to do. Now let's run this again, right? Npm run build and see if this will fix the error. So it's a good thing, before we do a deploy, right, we must run this and check the build is successful, so that when the when the vercel gonna run the build, it will be successfully complete the process. Okay, good to go, right? So look at this, everything is completed, fine, right? So it's done. So let me do the push again. Git add commit -m fix issue and git push, right? Okay, So this will be fine. Now I think that it will update automatically, right? Or maybe what we can do is, can we go back? Let's go back here. And we have here issue, a fixed issue, right? This one, import again, fixed issue. Now let's, we have to override this one. This is by default npx build, right? But we have to override and do something else, because remember, we have to generate a schema also. So we have to write prisma generate, right? Prisma generate. Then we're gonna do prisma, I believe, migrate, right? Migrate. Then only run next build, right? Then it will build. It's gonna generate the schema. It will migrate also, and then it will build the project. That is all we have to do, right? And then the last one is environment variable, and that is where we're gonna get from our env file in the machine here. So where is the env file? This one, right? I'll just copy everything from here. Copy. And just click on this name, right? You don't have to do one by one, and just click and paste, and it will add everything, right? Look at this added. Once we finish with this, then click on deploy, right? So later we have to, change, right? We have to change a couple of things, okay? But let's see, let's deploy and see if this works, right? Let's see if this will work. There is some package like warning for deprecation, means maybe that package is gone, right? So something is deprecated. We have to, we have to figure out the way to upgrade that. Or just need to install the latest version, right? Something like upgrade version. Okay, so let's see. Let's give few seconds. It will be done. So this is how, right? I mean, this is the way we deploying our build, right? I mean, our software or our web page inside the serverless system, right? So later, I mean, in the future, right, we're gonna learn about, maybe, because I have this service, right, in the hostinger. So we're gonna learn how to deploy there also, somewhere. Maybe let's call it like I have VPS, right, virtual private. So I have a, they will just give you the system, right? They will give you the system with, I have this one, okay, with the 2 GB of CPU, whatever, 8 GB RAM and all that, 100 GB space. And here you install your own system, like Ubuntu server. You just install that computer. Means this is basically, let's see like this. They will give you the system, right? The virtual system with all this configuration. Now you have to install this window, not window, but in this case, they not allow window, right? I believe you have to just install the Ubuntu server, Linux, right? And in that Linux, now you install your whole configuration to run this website, right? So you have to, there will be a lot of configuration you have to understand, and then your server will be live, right? So if I log in to my system, if I just log in with Gmail account, right? I think, yeah, this is the one I'm using. I hope that is the one. Yeah. See, I have one system running right here. Okay. If I go to the manage, right? If I just click on the manage, it's running 14 days, right? Last time 14 days before I checked this one, So 4% CPU I'm using, memory 10%, 12 GB space out of 100. Yeah, so let's close that. And yeah, I don't see anything. Memory uses, it looks okay, right? I believe, yeah, that is all. Yeah, so you see it's running. Okay, I didn't check for last couple 2 weeks, right? So I have not changed, but maybe today I'm gonna do work on this couple of, I'm gonna upgrade the site, add some stuff. I'm trying to do some couple of things, so I'm gonna like update something here today. Okay, so let's see, right? Yeah, it's deployed without any error. So you can see the congratulation, right? And now you will get the link, right? So where is the link? Continue to the dashboard. Let's click on the continue to the dashboard. Let's go to the dashboard. So once you're done, right, you can even add your own domain and all that here. Okay, so this is the fix issue vercel app. Just click on that, and it will be live, right? See, it's live. The only problem, how you're gonna log in, right? When you click login, it's not gonna work. Okay, why? Because now remember in our login we have added localhost 3000, right, in the cloud. So that is what we have to fix. Cloud Google, something like that, or console, right? Yes. So just go to that cloud console. Yeah, I need to change this because I know I'm not using this one, right? I might be this one. This is the right one. Okay. So if you go to the, let's see. Yeah, I'm logged in now, right? Click on this console. And API service, or maybe you can click from here, right? API service, just click on that. So make sure if you have many projects, you make sure you are in the right one. So I have only one next out, right? So I need to go to the credential. Okay, go to the credential, and we're gonna add few things. Just click on the edit, right? Click on edit. And then this authorize JavaScript, right? Just add the new URL. Okay, not that, right? I need to get the URL. So live here. This is the URL, right? So you must add that one. Okay, done. Without slash, no slash. It's saying in with slash, right? Invalid. So we don't put the slash. Okay, just leave it like that. And also authorize redirect, right? We must put that. So put this here. And after that, you must, because remember when you log in, right, it has to go to the API auth, callback functions, and all that. So for that reason, we have to add this here. Done. And no, don't put this backslash here. Okay, no backslash, without. Okay, save now, right? Yes. Once we finish with that one, then just click on issue. There will be, yeah, we have one issue we added earlier because we have already in the database, right? So it work. Okay, now if I go and add new one, it will send me to the login, right? And I will click on this sign in and click on this, right? And I should be sign in. Good. So I can create a bug 2, and this is bug 2. Please fix and update, right? Submit issue. And once you submit, it will send you here, right? You can basically do anything now, right? Update. So if you just assign to somebody, if you want to click update, you can go update. So let's put this update fixed, Let's update. So things are working fine, right? If you go to the one, let's go to the dashboard now, right? You have one issue here open. It's showing only one, right? So maybe it is from, I don't know if I is showing only one. Okay, let's go to the issue. I have two, right? But it's just showing only one, so that is not good. If I click open, I mean, you can see this, everything should work, right? Click on the dashboard, still showing one open issue, right? There is two. Okay, if I click on this, I get two, right? But it did not update. I don't know why. Let me refresh. I don't have anything in the progress, so this did not update. Okay, so that's the thing, right? That's the thing. Latest issue, it did not update, so maybe something is not correct somewhere. But I mean, you see now, right? Almost everything work. This did not update. That's the thing we have to tackle, right? But for now, I will just leave it up to here. As long as you can do up to this point, right? That is good to go. Okay, guys, so I will stop here. Thank you very much.